Welcome to Music in the Making. We are 3 high school and junior high music teachers from West Central Illinois. Each week we will talk about our experiences in the classroom, community, and personal lives too. We're no experts by any means, but any help we can provide to our audience of music friends is why we pursue this new venture. Please welcome your hosts, Lisa Hallen, Art Martinez, and Kevin Ferry.
This is going to be a great intro.
Lisa Hallen said someone has to work around here. Would you like to reply?
Yeah, I don't work. You're right. That was awesome not having to go to junior high today.
Yeah, I'm sure. Surprise. Oh, perfect. And you got in the small...
I did.
See, this is why I need you, because I don't know how to do that.
I found it today. It's in the, combine. It's, put it 4 times, and it was perfect for those. We need to remember that next year when we're doing marching band things.
Interesting.
I was like, this should work.
Yeah.
And it did, beautifully. Didn't waste a piece of paper.
Very good. Way to go, Miss Hallen. And what a
Thanks.
great way to start the show. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode. Why don't you go grab a chair? I know you just walked in, but it's okay.
I just felt like being dramatic. Just standing here, pointing out that there's no chair.
Well, I mean, we
That's
technically
what happens when you're tardy.
I was under the impression that Mr. Ferry would be late, so I was almost done at 4:57. I was like, I can finish up because I thought you'd be late.
It's all right. You're wrong.
It's okay. He's okay. He had football practice in a nice, cool gym. It was good. It was great.
There's 109 out.
Yeah, and we're still marching tomorrow, so
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, well, welcome back for another episode. We got through pretty much our first full week, and well, I don't know. Okay, I have to say I'm super pumped for the junior high this year. I just feel like it's just such a whirlwind of difference, and and mostly I feel like because I actually had time to get in there, even if it was just a couple of days to set up and have the summer to rethink of how I want to do things and how I want to, the system of how I want to pass out music, how do I want to do attendance and all these different stuff. I think it's made a difference already. And the 7th graders are just so nice. Generally speaking, I was in advisory the other day, and, it was the first day or whatever, and I'm like, all right, have a good day, everyone. And I usually don't get that back. And then there's one kid, he's like, and you too, you have a good day. And I was like, I never get the reply back. Who is this kid? And why? This is awesome.
I love
So I think there's, not only new tile in the junior high room makes it look good, but there's also I think a breath of fresh air maybe. I know some of the teachers are like, oh, it won't last, but I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be good. So, but it's been hot as heck outside, and it's been crazy. And for those of you listening in other countries who probably know it's 90 degrees all the time, in Illinois we don't even get to 90 ever. And when it does, it kind of stops at 90. We've been at almost 100 degrees all week. And, at the high school, which has no AC, it's been a little interesting and somewhat miserable. Today we didn't have class because it was just so hot. And, if that tells you how hot it is, that's crazy. So, yeah. But it's all right. We're going to have a football game tomorrow night at 8 o'clock versus Princeton.
Football game got moved from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock. First time marching band will be out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Lisa, how was your first week?
It was good. Can I just say first, I'm once again stressed about the fan ASMR. Did you check and make sure?
It's fine. I put up the gain and stuff. We should be okay.
I don't want us to sound like a low quality podcast. Okay, this is super serious, and
Just go turn it off. We'll be fine.
Okay,
Or
This room's technically
I don't know
AC.
if I talk loud enough for this.
turn off. This room does not have AC blowing in it right now.
Yeah, it's supposed to.
There's no way. So, how was your first week now that the fan's off?
Today's Thursday, right?
Yeah.
My first week was really good. Trying to get more Central kiddos signed up.
5th and 6th graders.
Yeah, 5th and 6th graders. Thank you. I haven't started there yet, so it's just been a lot of organization type thing, recruiting, talking to the kids, getting my face around, so they're like, oh yeah, I'm in 5th grade now, I can do that.
Did I hear right that you had like 25 or 26 kids in production
That was
tech?
the next thing I was gonna say. Yes, I
She has
do.
a ton.
So yeah, and
pretty
it's
crazy.
and they all want to be there. Like everyone who was just placed in there got taken out. They all like requested to be there, but it's gonna be okay. I've been like thinking about it a lot, and I think I have a plan. And it's just a lot of them were in it last year, which just they loved it. They are the production tech kids. This is what they want to do. This is their activity, and we're just gonna do a lot of mentoring. And to make it work, because we don't have 25 jobs for each show and everything. So priority is going to be on getting the new ones the skills and giving them that experience. And the repeat ones, their class, their jobs, their homework, it will be the mentoring and the teaching of them. And again, this is my first year I've had repeats, or at least repeats who weren't in the like 2020 year where we didn't actually get to do any performances. So I'm still figuring out how like the more like curricular ones I'm gonna need to make some assignments harder, because like the first go around was just like how this works, and so I'm gonna need to rewrite some for that. But I'm excited, and again, like I'm just excited that this class has taken off as much as it did, because I went back to see like what's the most I have done this with, and most of the classes have been like 8, 9. I think 9 might have actually been my biggest one. And again,
So what I heard was I need to get some people to run the podcast and editing and producing,
Yeah.
so that I have jobs for them.
There you go.
That's what I
Right?
heard. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what I heard.
They
but
can market it. And,
I mean,
Yeah.
and if they started their own podcast, you know,
yeah.
maybe, yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying. Anyway, but for all our new listeners, can you give us a brief understanding of what production tech is?
Absolutely. So production tech, our kind of big unit, our big thing is we are theater, the technical side of theater for our fall play, our spring musical. We run the light boards, and not only run it, but we do the lighting design for the fall play, for the spring musical, and we do the soundboard for that. So we're taking care of our wireless microphones. We are programming the cues of when the microphone's muted, when it's not muted. We are also running microphones for our fall choir concert, our winter concert, our like scholarship night. Not even just music events, but also just like the whole school events. So our scholarship night in May, we will have a couple of students from this class. Their assignment is to be there, to be the experts running the soundboard, light board, and then there's they also do backstage stuff. We have done some painting, some set work stuff as well. So just anything that we need for a production that's kind of behind the scenes and or technology, we take care of. And it's been just so cool. In the past, it was kind of, there'd be like 1 or 2 students who kind of just took the initiative to take care of it. And now we're able to not have 1 or 2 students just putting in 12 hours just trying to make it work on a stressful thing. We can actually like plan it out over a couple months and get it going. And I think it's a really marketable class. They're learning a lot of things that they can take into the future. So that's our kind of our big main focus. And then to fill in around all of that, we also do some DAW work on soundtrack, audio editing. I have a kind of interest in electronic music from taking that class at WIU with Dr. Caldwell. So I really like showing them some of that more obscure, different music than they have ever heard before, and they always have very strong opinions about it, and it's just really eye-opening for them.
Did you ever hear his binder clips piece?
I don't think I did.
So would this be early 2000s, 2004, 5, whatever? He did an electronic music piece on binder clips. He just rattled binder clips in his hand and
Yeah.
then manipulated all those sounds. And
What the heck? I need that.
I was
he
was
was-
the Wii remote.
everything
era.
we got from that guy had binder clips. So he's like, I'm gonna do a song with binder clips.
That Wii remote piece is like part of one of my biggest regrets in life. Let me tell you.
Instead of playing the horn, she wanted to play the Wii remote.
I was in that class with him. We always heard about it from, it's kind of like the lore of WRU School of Music, like the Wii remote piece. And then when the semester he was retiring on the electronic music concert, he brought it back and he performed it, and it was the first piece after intermission. And someone had to go to the bathroom during intermission and missed it. And that someone is me.
I was gonna say, who was that?
Sorry,
I was
it was me.
Crispin.
Sorry.
It was Crispin.
Oh, I literally, so I was standing in the little, like, outside the doors, and I'm a good little usher who isn't going to interrupt the performance, and I'm just standing there like, I can't believe I missed my last chance, my only chance to see this performed live. So I heard it, but I didn't get to see it.
So he's still in Macomb. He probably whip it out during open mic night or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they have it. Sullivan Taylor, I think. Oh my gosh. Okay, so so we do DAW, and then we do a little bit of like composition software, and these are not all music kids in there, but I just make them learn it anyway, and they don't know the words for what they're doing, but I'm like, find the thing that looks like that, and it's a lot of just replicating, especially for the first year, but it's been really interesting because some students who aren't music students at all, who don't know anything about it, have really latched onto that. And I don't know, I think it's really satisfying. Like, I've been just having them replicate things, just so they can play around with the software, and then they can take that further and compose on their own because it plays it for them. They don't need to be able to play it. So those are kind of the big picture units.
I will say this, it's kind of neat to see some of the things that these kids do during these performances that they work. Like, these are like the future like music producers or like people who are working on like opera sets, and these are like, I mean, and I really don't know any other school that's doing this. I mean, I'm sure there are, but like, at least where we are, I don't think anyone else is doing anything like this, and I think for them to get this experience is really, really neat. So kudos for them.
Yeah, and it's a good service for the school too.
Oh,
At the
yeah.
same time.
Well, it doesn't rely on teachers who are already like probably
Yeah,
trying
for
to work
years
with
and
other
years
groups.
and years, it was either me or whoever the band director was at the time. Hey, can you be at this event?
It's really awesome because for the first year we did this class, we did a fall musical, and I conduct the pits for musicals. So we got to Tech Week, and I was like, okay, you're on your own. It's tossing the birds from the nest. I'm going to be up there conducting. And they're kind of like, wait, what? But they always figure it out. Now that we're back to fall plays, I'm able to hold their hand a little bit more during the fall, and then in the spring, it's like, it's all you, and it's kind of scary on my end, because sometimes I'm sitting up in the pit, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what's happening? But that's real world, and they figure it out, and Mr. Ferry's back there if need be too.
Playing
Yeah,
Sudoku.
yelling at them all the time.
And then playing
Well,
Sudoku.
sure.
Turn the mics up. Turn the mics up. Turn the mics up. Turn them down. Turn them down.
Hey, that is real world experience.
Yep.
There's always going
Keep
to be
your
a
hands
boss.
on the sliders all the time.
At all times, yeah. But that's pretty awesome that you have that many kids in there. I remember, like, I was just having to, like, you asked me to make copies, and you made, like, I didn't even dawn on me, because you're like, I need 20 plus copies, and I was like, okay. I go make it, and I come back, and I'm like, there's like 100 kids in here. Like, what the heck? Like, what happened?
I think we're down to like 22 now.
That's all right. After
But-
this
That's
podcast and
still
all this
pretty
talking
cool.
up we're doing, they're going to
Yeah.
be back. And then they'll bring a friend, too. So, anyway, I'm trying to think, like, yeah, I think this is a good first week. Like, behind us the heat, making things difficulty. Like, we couldn't have, like all our rehearsals were cut short because, like, the high school, like, had to have shortened schedule. You know, not having class today, like took away a rehearsal. Like, we'll have night rehearsal tonight. Prioritize the heck out of, like, the music we got to play tomorrow. And then, like, hopefully we don't die and burn to a crisp so we can do it all again
It's
next
still
week.
going to be hot out there. It's supposed to be 82 at 8 o'clock. So,
Is it?
yeah.
Okay. I think that's the lowest it's been at that time
Yeah.
with the
Last
sun
time-
down. Because I
last
think
time it was
because on
brutal.
Monday it felt like it was still like 80 plus
Yeah.
at least, and the sun was already set, and we had the stadium lights on. And we're like, it's still pretty rough. We have 2 more minutes. Let's keep going. But I think this will be a good week so far. Anything in the choir realm?
Yeah.
Coming
so we, the biggest thing with our mixed magical singers is I realized that we have 28 songs to learn between now and the end of July. So that's a little nerve-wracking for me. Now, a few of those songs are repeat songs, but we still have to learn them. We still have some new kids in different voicings. So we've had 2 days of rehearsal with everybody, and they've got 4 songs out of those 28 done. Like they're
nice.
They're memorized. I mean, we just got to work on some musical things with them, but they're the anthem, Rocking, Silent Night, Happy Birthday. Because what we do, we started this last year, and I don't know why I didn't do it earlier. The Madrigal Singers just learned this generic 4-part arrangement of Happy Birthday to me, and when it's a teacher's birthday, we go find that teacher and sing Happy Birthday to me for them. Puts a smile on their face. It's kind of a fun thing. So Treble Mads is working on their national anthem. For me, I know Art said this last year when he first got here. For the band, the most important song they'll ever know or ever learn is the school song, because you play it over and over and over again. And I've never said those words, but in those exact words. But to me, the high school choir, the most important song that they'll ever learn is the national anthem, because they sing it. They can sing it everywhere. The other day, we do a Farm Bureau breakfast that we've done every year, and the radio station records that national anthem, and that's the national anthem they use all year long on their broadcasts. So that's a really big deal for us. As far as junior high goes, our numbers aren't quite where I want them to be yet. We're about 32, 33. I want to be between that 40 and 50 mark. I'd love to be over 50. But the really cool thing about it is, out of those 33, 32 or 33, 20 of them are guys. So
you hit the guy money this year.
Awesome. It's just absolutely insane. Like they just kept coming in to audition for choir, and like, holy cow. And there's only a couple of them that are like altos. The rest of them are tenors or basses. And at junior high, I think we have 6 or 7 like actual changed voice basses. So we're going to be able to do some really, really cool stuff. And by the time we get to contest, hopefully we're doing that stuff. I'm going to tell you, it's been tough. The high school with the mixed choir, we've just been voicing, so we haven't rehearsed yet. Treble Mads, like I say, has been working on the anthem, but it was 90 degrees yesterday in the auditorium. That's where we rehearsed. It was 90 degrees. When I got home, I told my wife, I said, I could feel the sweat running down my legs. Like, it was so hot. And I just saw our principal hour or so ago, and he said, we're going to school tomorrow. I said, choir's not rehearsing. They're going to spread out in the auditorium. I'm going to turn the fan on them, and we're just because they'll be worthless. They won't do anything. So dealing with the heat is kind of a pain. It's going to put us 2 days behind on the schedule of getting 28 songs learned. But I'm really excited. I always get excited for the first day of school, first week of school. What are we going to be? What's it going to look like? Right. And I think we're going to do some really cool stuff this year. I'm stoked, and let this weather break, and next week we'll hit the ground running, and hopefully we'll have longer periods and be able to get some stuff done. Yeah,
I'm definitely the same way. Like it was funny because my wife and I were talking like the week or two leading up to it.
Dr. Mrs.
Oh yeah, sorry, Dr. Mrs. Martinez. She'll make an appearance again on the podcast soon. But I remember her and I kept going back and forth, and it's like, I don't know what it is, but like, even though I haven't been in my room yet, I'm actually looking really forward to going back, and for whatever reason, and
because our district's awesome.
I mean, yeah, obviously that's definitely a given. That was definitely probably one of the things, but I don't know. There's just something about this year that I think that already, and like I said, for the I mentioned the junior high earlier. Like, I know our numbers are lower. Like, I think I'm at 38 or something, and I was at least over 40 by the end of last year. But the quality of the students already. Attitude, but also just playing wise. I mean, we played a B flat scale today, and it was and we did dynamics and stuff, and I was guys, that was like the best day crescendo I've ever heard. Because it was like even. Like, I mean, in junior high, it's usually like two like it goes down too fast, and so it's like not it's lopsided. I mean, like it was awesome, and they had a nice good sound, and all was a scale. So it's like in my mind, it's like, oh my gosh, when we actually start getting into this concert music next week, like
that'd be cool.
We're gonna start read like beasts.
When do you start 5th and 6th grade band
After
lessons?
Labor Day.
After Labor Day.
Okay.
Once we're on a 3:00 schedule.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, just excited to get started, see what happens. We'll see, check in next week and see, how everybody's doing, and maybe. Are you raising your hand again?
No, she
I'm
was throwing a peace sign.
I'm raising 2 fingers because I have 2 things to say. Because it sounds like you're wrapping things up, but I have things
a little
to
bit,
say.
and she does, and she has to reach her quota of minutes, otherwise you get yelled
She
at
already
again.
did.
Go ahead, Lisa.
Finish your thought.
I don't even remember. You go.
I literally raised my hand so I don't interrupt you. Okay. Okay, 2 things to say about what you were saying about your year. Number 1, I was at the volleyball game yesterday, and
Tess Gillett.
yeah,
Nice.
and one of our
Way to go, Tess.
band, choir, volleyball girls did the national anthem, and I was just like, our kids are so cool. I love it. So that was just really cool. And then this is not me being sassy. Just like a little bit sassy.
Here it comes.
The rest very curious. What's the name of the piece you sing to teachers on the day they were born?
Happy birthday to me.
Who says that?
The person who's receiving the song.
You
When
don't
they-
sing happy
birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
me.
Happy birthday to you. Shut up.
Well, like,
You said it 3 times.
it's
I don't know.
It's funny because you said it, and I'm like, I know he's talking from the perspective of like
Okay,
the
so
person
I get
who's
it.
receiving the
So
song.
the other day
but-
we did the CPR thing. Coaches, all the coaches here at Monmouth Roseville have to do a CPR thing.
Oh.
And the CPR trainer, who's a wonderful guy, he's done it for us forever. But he said 2 things. And those of you who don't know, I'm a huge fan of the TV show Friends. And so it's Friends and Seinfeld people, right? The Seinfeld reference, a Friends reference.
Right.
So this guy, he was talking about 30 compressions to 2 breaths, 30 compressions to do 2 breaths. The algorithm that is. I'm like, that's not an algorithm, that's a ratio. And then he was talking about the AEDs, and this is kind of more of the Friends reference, that it was full proof. The AED is full proof. And it reminded me that Joey said that's a moo point.
Yeah.
And I looked at Nicole, who's the other huge friend. I looked at her, I said, isn't it foolproof?
Foolproof, yeah.
Foolproof, not foolproof, right?
It's not
And she's
foolproof.
like, would you shut up? Then I said it's a moot point, right?
I mean, when I think of, like, as you mentioned Friends, I mean, I always think of The Office. Cause they
Yeah, there's the
CPR.
Office references too.
First I was afraid, I was petrified. That's not
Right,
staying
and I will
alive.
tell you, like, Suits references are going to start. Because if you've not watched that show,
What?
you need to. Suits on
it's
Netflix.
with,
It is
Meghan Markle. It was
fan
like her show.
flippin' tastic.
I watched the first 2 seasons years ago, but like I liked it. It was good at the time.
Well, and then at some point, I think whether it's season 7 or season 8, whatever, Netflix took it over,
Yeah.
and now they start swearing more, and it's funny. So, like you said, The Office with Dwight,
Yeah.
and Suits has Lewis.
Yes.
I think is,
Lewis
Litt.
Yeah.
And like those characters, you hate them at first, and they're like, "Oh, this character's
Great.
Yes.
one of the
yeah.
greatest on television ever."
For sure.
So anyway, we got off track there, but
That's okay. That's
it's organic.
I have a question.
Yes,
Can
ma'am.
I do that training next year?
CPR training?
Yes.
Yeah, you just need to talk to Jeremy. I
Okay.
think he's going to do another one this year.
I've never had that in person. I've only ever had online ones. And, like, I really feel like an in-person one would be beneficial. And every time they're like, what type of professional development do you want? I'm like actual real person talking to me, demonstrating
Yeah, send Jeremy-
dummies
just send
CPR.
Jeremy an
like,
email.
I, like,
Say, put me on the
genuinely want
CPR
that.
list. Yeah.
I guess I would rather have someone who didn't do it virtually do CPR on me than someone who
Right?
actually
Yeah.
did it.
And I just...
I mean, I guess my brain just kind of like seeing how virtually does it. I get it. But.
I'm also excited next week that my student teacher is going to start working.
Okay, I was gonna say like, yeah, you hear that, Natalie? You start work Monday. Well, it was funny because like, Aaron told me when I got to advise you were going to be there. I was like, oh, so Natalie's going to be there. He's like, no choir at all. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, he texted me this morning and said, we're going to do student council stuff 9th hour. Tell your crew stay home.
Oh.
You're welcome. I'm like, thank you, man. You're the best.
and
I mean, I would have been there. I was up. I was ready
And
to
then
go.
I showed up to.
Well, I know you slaved away.
Yeah, I
slaved
did.
away. Tomorrow's going to be brutal. Tomorrow's going to be brutal. It's going to be hot in here. And,
Whew, I know it's going to be crazy, but
all right.
it's all right. We'll be. Hot.
Anything else, Miss Allen?
Thanks for texting me when you heard we didn't have school yesterday.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
already asleep, but
I texted Mr. Ferry just to make sure 'cause he saw the email. And he's like, "Oh, I've known about that." I'm like, "Well, gee, thanks."
yeah, so he texted me.
I was sworn
He
to
texted
secrecy.
you?
Yeah, I got a text before midnight, but I was already asleep. So.
I have worked here 3 years longer than him. The
Yeah, but my
betrayal.
word,
He doesn't want to get dinner.
We're bros.
but my,
We're bros.
but my.
He's failing on you.
See, but
this.
my name
Oh, he
says
hates
A, so I'm at the top of the list of contacts. Lisa's way.
I see how
kind of
it
down
is.
don't
I'm
there.
even-
going to Springfield.
I don't even remember texting you. I don't think I did. I think
I'm
we lied.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure. You
I'll put it
lied
up
to
on our Instagram.
me. Okay, nobody cares.
Whenever we have that.
The audience doesn't care.
Anyway,
Okay.
I apologize,
All right.
This has
Lisa.
been fun.
This
it's
is-
okay.
it's always fun. All right. Well, thanks again for tuning in. We'll be back next week. Make sure that you like and subscribe and
Oh.
all those things.
Where else are we available?
Oh yeah, good news. We're on iHeartRadio. So
You
now-
mean the thing that has Bobby Bones show on it?
Yeah, sure. Who's Robert Bones, Lisa?
Oh my gosh, my favorite podcast. That's amazing.
Oh,
What?
wow, whoa. Hang on. Tune in next week.
For
be continued.
Art and Kevin doing
Yeah.
music in the making.
I'm gonna be honest. I have not listened to a full one of our podcasts. I don't like listening to myself. I get second.
And yet-
Obviously,
and the
obviously, there are people that
and
do
there's
love
people
listening
that-
to you.
Oh, the irony. Okay.
Yeah, so
Or the-
Spotify, Apple Music, iHeartRadio.
Yeah, that's another thing too. People
Yeah,
say,
tell
"Oh,
a
the
friend
irony."
about us.
Yeah.
Listen to us. You have any thing you want us to talk about, or you have any questions for us, please email us at
musicinthemakingpod@gmail.com.
all right.
Till next time.
Girl!